What's up, you guys? It's Tony here with Project Grow. It is Friday, February 27, 2015. We are coming at you on today just because I had a specific setback in my mailing system. I was waiting for a couple of products that I wanted to show you guys specifically for this episode of the Economic Viability series. We're going to tell you guys a little bit more about diving into the whole purchase value of your dollar, also the mission behind the Economic Viability series, as well as kind of an intro to the whole sourcing idea and the organic and sustainable bioavailable aspect of getting things in bulk, making it cheaper for yourself, but also at the same time making it to the point where it's abundant, so you don't have to worry about too many variations of worrying about your wallet in that regard. But other than that, I'm also gonna get back into the whole recommendation basis off of certain things that I can correlate within the message of specific episodes. So we got a great lineup for certain specific books and also resources for you guys to check out. First and foremost, I wanted to bring up a little a tidbit of information that I started with back in 2011. This has been my kind of resource based off the purchase value, where you can see not only the hypocrisy within our food system, but also just within our food supply in general. It's simply disgusting for me to say that, but also at the same time it's an eye-opening thing for me to see, especially when I was 21 and I was getting more into that whole concept of not only just organic living, but taking care of myself and rehabilitating myself to get back to where my health really wanted to be, a whole concept of optimal health. So this purchase value, the consolidation of the seed companies, which were basically leading to corporate domination of the world food supply. This was that in itself was written by Eric A. Huff, who did this whole research-based project on Philip H. Howard, who was an assistant, who still is an assistant professor at Michigan State University for their Community Resources and Agriculture Department. And the basis of this research, and you can find it within the context, is that they was going through the 6 agreements, which were the 6 major pharmaceutical as well as chemical companies that put all of their information in agreements with each other to basically buy out all the seed companies, to make sure that every revenue was coming back, not only within just mass corporations, but thinking of it in this aspect, you have pharmaceutical and chemical companies owning our food. Like, I don't know if that doesn't scare you, but it scares me. It scares the living shit out of me, to be honest with you. And it's just like to think that you have, companies. Obviously, a lot of people know of Monsanto, but no one really talks about DuPont, Syngenta, Bayer, Dow, and BASF. Like, they don't talk about the 5 smaller companies. Obviously, Monsanto is world-renowned and very well endowed with how much people hate that company. But there's also smaller companies that are actually fueling Monsanto's power. So I think by his documentary, go check it out. Like I said, consolidation of seed companies leading to corporate domination of the world food supply by Eric A. Huff. That was one of the leading articles and just PowerPoint projects. He kind of shows in pie graphs the different aspects of where all of our food comes from. Each subsidiary company that is bought by these 6 companies. It's some eye-opening things to kind of get you guys to understand the purchase of your dollar and where it's actually going to. And what's going to be interesting next week is we're going to get into the whole concept of the fabrication of the organic industry, which is going to be very interesting as well. But also at the same time, I wanted to let you guys know, like, this is the priority of our mission, specifically me, but also Project Grow. This is not a project to sit there and be like, oh, we're going to count calories, this is a diet, this is a fad, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to follow trendy ideas that you're seeing on social media. It's not that aspect. My aspect is to give you information that is not only just nutrient dense, but without worrying about all the different variations of detoxing, anything like that. We just want you to be aware of what's in your food. We want to make sure, I specifically want you to know that there's chemicals in your food. Like, just knowing the backstory and just being able to backtrace to see where everything is coming from, I think that's a huge informational avenue for you guys to be able to use that purchase dollar. When we get into the further dynamics of the Economic Viability series, the farmer's market aspect, using your dollar to actually sustain, you know, a perfect system that is actually, you're giving money to the people that are feeding us the proper nutrients we need to actually be optimal health and go out and do, you know, the daily grind that we consistently put ourselves through. But also at the same time, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a whole sourcing intro. I wanted to wait specifically, this is the reason why this video is coming out on Friday instead of Thursday, is because I needed some stuff to come in through the mail. But just like certain aspects, dragon herbs and also earth shift products. Earth shift products, those are the two specific companies within Southern California, which I'm very fortunate to be around. We are kind of, you know, in the mecca of all the health dynamics and just like the whole health industry within itself. But also at the same time, I just wanted to give you guys a quick tidbit. So for instance, this product, Brazilian Magic Tonic Alchemy, this is what helped me specifically get through my entire juice cleanse. Diamond Mine by Dragon Herbs. You know, this, I bought this over a year ago. I bought this over a year ago, and you want to talk about sustainability, I still have its smaller baby brother bottle that has half been used, and I use it every single day. Not only this, cacao powder. I just bought this. This on Earthshift cost about $17. And guess what? The last bag that I bought was in spring of 2015. Use it every day. You want to talk about some powerful nutrients? This is what we're going to get into. Being able to eat vibrantly, but also at the same time, guess what? Not only that, you get to treat yourself with either smaller snacks, just nibble on some stuff, but check this out. This is all the entire sum of everything. This, maca, my favorite thing of all things. Of all things on the nutrient level, on a superfood density, this bag, this 5-pound bag, cost me 60 bucks. That's it. This is gonna last me, I would not doubt, a year and a half, if not 2 years. And if you use it in a resource way, this is the best way to do certain things to get the most dynamic and the most bioavailability out of your food. So this is just kind of an intro of what we're going to get into with this series about, you know, economic viability and putting the power back into your purchase. But also to kind of wrap things up, you know, this is one of the huge books that I kind of got into, the whole dynamic of not only just taking care of yourself on a full spectrum. My mom actually gave me this book. This is called Cancer Killers by Dr. Charles Majors and Dr. Ben Carter. This is absolutely, I've read this twice actually. You can see the bookmark. I'm reading it twice right now. So this just kind of dives into the whole industry standard of why the Cancer Foundation is, you know, just completely a multi-billion-dollar facet of just trying to funnel in money to trying to be aware, but without treating a cure, with food, optimal exercise, optimal health, and taking care of it on, you know, a better resource level. So this, go out and check this out. This is huge. Like I said, I'm reading it. I'm about 3/4 the way down for my second read. So just constant reminders to keep me continuously moving in that mindset. So I appreciate you guys being patient, holding on, and staying in for one more day so we can get this properly out to you with all the love that we can give. Before I head out, shout outs to my family that have continuously been through this. My dad, we had an awesome conversation that kind of put my whole idea on a spiritual realm into, you know, positive vibes, and that's what we're always about. But hustle and meditate, live like a warrior, love each other, and more importantly, love yourself. See you guys next week. Peace.